Ladies and gentlemen, it's your sweet Zionizing white prince, Tall the Traveling Clack, coming to you live from the United States of America. Get your white colonizer merch down below in the description. And let's take a look here at this other reaction. Don't forget to head out to thetravelingclack.com to get your merch.
Iranian drones are attacking and killing Ukrainians every day. Why aren't you doing something about that?
Well, we're going to see what happens with that. I'm getting reports on that, and we're looking at a report. You're right. They make a lot of drones. Iran makes a lot of drones. They make very effective drones, too. They do very effectively at some things, but Iran is very high on my list of things to watch. And as you probably know, I sent them a letter just recently. And I said, you're going to have to make a decision one way or the other. And we're going to either have to talk and talk it out, or very bad things are going to happen to Iran. And I don't want that to happen. My big preference, and I don't say this through strength or weakness, my big preference is we work it out with Iran. But if we don't work it out, bad things are going to happen to Iran. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
You know, it's the rhetoric we've all sort of been afraid of, and we don't really have a clear answer still. Trump talks a lot of game, you know, and with Hamas, we can kind of back it up. Iran's a whole different situation. We don't know what the madman in orange is going to do. We have no idea what the boy is going to do. We don't know what Donnie J is going to try to do. I still am of the belief that he really does not want military intervention because it's going to hurt his relationship with his base. And potentially whatever America / the global West is planning for Iran for the future, whether that's with the Crown Prince or with other dissidents that may want to take over after the collapse of the Islamic regime, because it will collapse at some point. We don't know. Like, we don't know, because military intervention, you have to imagine it like this. When you think about a governmental level, if Western governments know that they want to try to install a de facto pro-West government in Iran at some point in the future, where is their interest in destroying all those military capabilities? I mean, Iran has the potential to be one of the strongest countries in the region. Get a pro-West government in there, and all of a sudden the Western countries who have interest in the Middle East, like America, have a desire to keep that infrastructure alive, including the nuclear weapons potentially, or at least the potential for nuclear weapons. If America and the West can have an outpost in the Middle East like Iran, that secures power. I mean, imagine America stealing Iran from Russia. That's a big deal. Iran is in bed with Russia, the Islamic regime of Iran. And it doesn't want to be necessarily. I think most people in Iran are usually generally more pro-West. And it's very interesting to see Trump really try to talk this out. I do think that there's some big plan for Iran bubbling under the White House. I think there's been one for at least the last 2 years. The Trump administration, before getting power, has been planning this. I believe that this has probably been a very big plan for a while now. But the bringing it to reality has just become an option recently, and we're there now. So I don't know. This is all very, very interesting. It's yet to be seen what Donnie's gonna do with the potential here for Iran. Because again, like I said before, there's a lot of potential for Iran to become a global superpower, and then a superpower in the region. Undoubtedly, maybe the strongest in the region, sitting on the border of Central Asia and the Middle East, kind of in the middle zone. They could be a serious open door for development for so many different nations in the West and themselves. But the Islamic regime has got to go. There's no future for Iran with the regime in place. So I don't know. This is very interesting. It's very, very interesting to see what Trump is going to do with all this. And I will see you guys in the next one. Do support the channel by buying White Colonizer merch down below in the description. And I will see you guys in the next one. I love you a long time. Goodbye, class.
If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclack.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.